Hello. I'm Renee Baribeau, the Practical Shaman, and welcome to the Shaman's Cave.
Hi, I'm Sandra Ingerman, and welcome to the Shaman's Cave.
We were laughing right before we hit the record button, and like I love that about our show. We're kind of irreverent, and we have our two perspectives on things, and we've been around the block a few times. And what I love most about sitting here week after week with you is that we laugh so hard. It's like we might be the lifeline to the people at home, but this has been a lifeline for me as well, because Sandra was on the teaching circuit for what, 40 years?
40 years, yeah.
And I was doing something else. And so, like, to have that experience of what you saw and, my wayward way through all of the other stuff, we come with a wealth of wisdom and a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of humanity and humanness
Mm-hmm.
and laughter.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I have a really good friend, and I know she watches the show, and she will not be upset that I share this. But she writes me the most inspirational emails, and we try to keep each other up. We've actually known each other since the early 1980s, but we haven't seen each other since then.
Hmm.
And she wrote to me. I can't remember the first line, but it was something like, "We're in an abundance of information, but a drought of wisdom." And I thought, Terry, that was a brilliant thing that you wrote to me, because we are in a drought of wisdom. We're just collecting an amazing amount of information. And we thought that we talk about the need for kindness right now, and that really is part of living a life of wisdom. Because if you just have an amazing amount of information that you've got out of books and online courses, but you're not a kind person, then what have you received, and how are you serving right now?
That is so true. What if you can't do anything else? Be kind, right? Because what else is there like to there was a saying, and I was that my Lakota teacher used to say to us, is that you don't walk in my moccasins. You don't know what the person in the grocery store or in the post office, what they're going through today. You don't know what experience they woke up to, or if they had food, or if they had water, or, because there's a lot of people out there who can put on that happy, smiley face when inside they're dying. I mean, a couple months ago, and I don't know the whole story behind it, but somebody who had just won a pageant, a worldwide pageant, was the representation of young women. And I was in a pageant once, and it's more than just beauty. It's about, it's about what you're thinking about, how you volunteer. So doing a lot of things right to get into that place, and then to end your life, so that nobody knows what desperation is living inside of that person next to you. So can you just show up with a little bit more compassion, a little more kindness when you don't know?
Yeah, I've written a lot about this. I'm sorry for those of you who've heard it before, but I went into the post office one day on a Saturday, which back in the old days, Renee and I talked about in a past show, that we're both tired of working so much. But, for 40 years, I worked 7 days a week. So I was at the post office Saturday and Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Saturdays, I used to like going to the post office because nobody was there. We live in a different world now, and Saturdays, everybody's out there like I've been. But this was a different time, and I saw a man, and I could see he just got some really bad news in a letter. He was sitting at the counter, and I can see he just got really bad news. And I just looked over at him. I didn't want to be intrusive, and I just smiled and I said, "Hi, how are you doing today? It's a really beautiful day out there, isn't it? And it's good to see you." And he looked at me and he started to walk out, and then he turned around and he came back over to me and he said, "Thank you for bringing just changing my entire day. Thank you so much for what you just did." And it wasn't a big deal. I stood next to him at the counter. I saw he was upset, and then I just said to him, "I hope you're doing okay, and I wish you a beautiful day." And it changed everything for him that somebody cared. Somebody actually cared, you know. And it's not that big of a deal to smile at people at the store. We're all going through our grumpy times. We all are. How could you not? I mean, you should be on the show if you're that enlightened and you figured out a way to do that. But we have so many people in the world, and they're pushing on us, and the news is pushing on us, and our fear is pushing on us. So the correction could be where you fake it and you act happy and in gratitude, and then one day you find yourself that you're feeling better, and it feels good to make other people smile.
And it's in psychology they've proven that a fake smile is better than no smile. And if you put on a smile, there's a tendency to then move towards happiness. When you were speaking about the man at the post office, I was thinking about the people at the end of the driveways at the malls and stuff like that who are, collecting money. And, many years ago, it was like, my thought was like, oh, go get a job. And then I realized that is their work. That is their job in a certain way, like that, really, that wouldn't necessarily be the way that I would pick in order to get enough money to buy food for the day, or, you could assume that they might want some drugs or alcohol, but that's an assumption too. And so I've learned to even be more kind to, the people, who are begging on the streets. Not always, because it's not always convenient, but when, I'll reach in and grab a $5 and do that kind of like a random act of kindness, because nobody else is seeing me doing it. Nobody else is hearing that I've done it. And, where else can I just show up and be somewhere nice? Like, even like on Facebook, like I'll scroll through the posts, and I'll make a point of commenting on 2 or 3 people's posts who seem to be really struggling, and, give them a little encouragement. And they take nothing away from me to do any of this.
Yeah. I am slowly starting to get back on Facebook, and I've been focusing on the Shamans or Gardeners of Energy, which is a page that I started just for inspiration, where you can only put happy pictures and just not to do a spiritual bypass, but so that you can go somewhere and see something and smile if you're feeling really bad about the war or the environment or illness in your life or in your family or poverty. The list goes on and on. We need things that come in and make us smile. And as Renee was saying, there's been so much research, and I've been part of this research basically due to so much of what I've been through in my life, of creating those alpha waves. It's the alpha waves that you create in your brain that bring you that smile, make you feel better, but improve your health. If you can improve your alpha waves, you can improve your health. So, there are so many different therapies right now to improve that, from color modulation, phytomodulation, to vibrations, to all different things to work on your frequencies. But what all they're all trying to do, you paying all this money to buy machines that are just helping your brain smile more, and you can save a lot of money by just smiling more. And that's just an old fact. And so just think of the health that you regain for yourself if you find ways to smile a little bit more. And I know it's not that easy right now for many of us. But then the exponential part that you bring in when you can get another person to smile for the day. Think about that.
Absolutely. I was thinking this week when I was, now Facebook has these reels going all the time. And the ones with the million views are always the animal videos, the baby videos. Those are the ones that people are really pushing for. So I really think that we know somewhere deep down inside us that we need comfort. We need that comfort, and however you get that. This week, I baked myself some chocolate chip cookies this week. Now, whatever you want to say about sugar, whatever, but I really feel comforted in the afternoon when I can sit down and have my coffee and my cookie. And
Right.
It's something nice I did for myself. And then because I'm me and I don't want to eat them all, I shared them with the neighbor. And to give to the neighbor makes it exponentially, makes me feel even better. Look at, I shared. And so it's really a simple thing of like giving an extra plate of food to the neighbor makes me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Besides for the cookies, I told the other neighbor I'd cook Easter, and, he doesn't get out. And I mean, so I have to do those things. And I know I've used this before, that Mother Teresa said that was why she was in Calcutta, because she understood the part of herself that was not generous, that was not giving, and that the way to offset it was to give more.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that's like when I start getting really into my own stuff, like I'll look to see where I'm not giving to somebody else who could use that smile, who could use that joy, who could use that. And really, and sometimes I even have to look at myself when somebody says to me, "Oh, I hope you're having a really nice day." Like I go right into judgment. What do they want? How can you be so happy?
Right. Yeah, I know. I move into the judgment of how could you think I'm having a nice day? But it is. We do have to say things like that, because we do have to. We have to be kinder to others, but we have to be kinder to ourselves too. And the only way that we're going to shift, if we want to produce, I never talk about producing more alpha waves. This is the first time I'm doing that. But if we want to produce those happiness waves in our brain, besides taking all the pills that are on the market right now for calming down, sleep, it's amazing what's out there. For sleep right now, it's just beyond my wildest dreams. People really need care right now, and you need care right now. So the kinder you could be to yourself by when you wake up and you say the world is horrible, humans don't deserve to be here anymore. This is a major a major line that you're seeing everywhere. It's an old line. We've been talking about that for really, all the old hippies have been talking about that for a really long time. Humans have got too selfish. They've run out their time on the planet. These are self-defeating sentences that we're saying, and we just recently did a show on how the vibration of our words go up into the unseen worlds, that there is not a spiritual tradition on the planet that does not believe that everything that we see manifested started as a seed in the unseen worlds and was dropped here on earth and manifested through our words and thoughts and daydreams.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't get simpler than that. I've been saying it for 40 years. It doesn't get simpler than that. But if you're waking up, if you're an empath, if you're one of the sensitive people that we were talking about on another show, and you're just going around being grumpy to yourself and to others all day, that's what you sent up to the universe to be manifest down for yourself and everybody else. So no, it's not easy. It's not easy work, but you got to do the reframing. You have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see your life change, and if you want to see others change, we have to be kinder to ourselves and others. We have to. And we have to stop. I'm not a positive thinking person, but I'm against negative thinking.
I so agree. It's just like, we are here. We chose to be here now. If you look at the babies coming in, like, they're just a whole different breed.
Right.
You know, I don't know where they've come from, but they're like, they come in awake, ready to go, and so my thinking is, if we were really in such a dire strait, these children wouldn't be coming in so wide awake, ready to, they've been waiting lifetimes in order to assist us with this next change. And I just have to believe that I can either add to the enjoyment of the day, or I can take from it. And I want to be one who continues to add to the enjoyment than to be one of those people who just suck the energy dry out of the room. And that lately has been taking more concentrated, extra effort. And because I've had those sleepless nights lately, lots of them lately, it was just like, and someone says, oh, it's the full moon, or it's this moon, or it's that moon. The truth is there's so much that my world can get attached onto at the night when I'm dreaming, that I have the right to say before I go to sleep, hey, universe, hey, creator, whoever that I'm praying to, I need a really good night's rest tonight. Can we turn it all off? Mm-hmm. And I had an Ayurvedic doctor teach me that in my 20s, that I had the right to ask for a good night's sleep.
Absolutely. Yeah, we all have that right to ask for good night's sleep.
Close down those antennas if you're over extra sensitive.
That's right.
You don't have to have them always going. And that's the work that Sandra and I teach, is like how to understand that you can close down, or you don't always have to be a wide open receiver. That there's ways you can modulate your own, give and take of the energy field.
Yeah, I was reflecting the other day on before I got online, and I was still teaching 40 workshops a year and was traveling around the country for 300 days, but yet I kept my health. I never got sick. I got the flu like 3 times. I'd be in groups with 100 people. Everybody got the flu except for me. What did I do? What did I do to keep my sanity during those times? And I reflected on it, and it was the simplest of things, just the simplest of things of what I would think about when I would take a short walk or letting myself sit on the couch and just daydream for a few minutes in between tasks. I can't remember everything that I came up with, but everything was so unbelievably simple. But I did them every day just to push that little de-stress button. And then all of a sudden, the online thing happened, and the world went on 24/7. I was 7 days a week, but at least I could sleep. And then the world went on 24/7, and so I'm going back and reviewing those ways to be kind to myself so that I can be kinder, because if I get too stressed out, all of a sudden I find myself acting out. And that's been part of my reflection too, on the things that I've said to others just because I was too stressed out. And the bottom line is, once you put out that energy and you've affected another and really brought them down, you can never take that back.
Right.
So I'm trying to be kind to myself right now, because I'm in that just natural where elders go, they start reflecting on their past and start disconnecting from it at the same time. And, I'm in that phase of life of reflecting, but trying to be kind to myself that that this was just part of my journey, and that I want to be. I don't want to be a Mother Teresa. I didn't come in to be enlightened, but I still want to be in service. And the greatest service that's needed right now is not the most advanced shamanic ceremonies on the planet, but how does the human race get their manners back? I wrote to somebody this morning who was complaining about something, and I said, you have to understand that in the Western world, we've lost our manners.
Yes, for sure. I every month in the Wind Clan, we work with our winds for the month, and my wind has been Carrie, which is about giving voice to things. And one of the things that I realized working with Carrie, it was about that I don't have enough time in the day, or in my perception of time, to give everything what it needs to have to grow. So I'm a fixer. So I get an email and I hit, and you know this about me, Sandra, I hit reply, one sentence. Well, the other day I hit reply, one sentence to this doctor from UCLA. And I was just like, oh, no, we didn't lose a speaker. We just needed a woman, type of a, and that's not, it wasn't just any old woman, but, so that we've gotten so sped up with our time that we don't even have spaciousness around kindness.
Right.
So my work right now is to find more spaciousness. And if I don't have time to respond in a really kind manner or with really better reflection, to not respond at all. And that's okay too. So for me to be kind doesn't mean to fix everything in this moment, but I have 24 hours to wait. And somehow in this techno age, we lost that 24 hours of grace to respond.
Right. Yeah. The biggest things that my workshop sponsor used to complain about when the internet first, when we first came on, was somebody would send her an email, and then an hour later she would get, I sent you an email, why didn't you respond? So that was when I remember exactly when my sponsor said this to me, and I've watched that pattern it never stopped. It never stopped. I sent you an email a minute ago and you didn't respond. Well, I'm not on my computer all day. And so, now what people are trying is somehow or another, my phone number is getting out there. So people are texting me thinking they're going to get a faster response. I don't even look at texts for days. Texts are new to me. I'm new to texts. And so I have to remind myself to look at them. I look at my emails, but, and then the pressure is on, somebody emailed me 2 days ago and it was a long email. And so I need the time. I don't have the time to respond to such a long email. And I'm like, oh my God, she must hate me thinking that it's 2 days. And this is crazy, people. It's crazy. And everybody knows it. I mean, everybody knows it. Look at the spam emails that you're getting right now on how to take care of your health. Everybody, one of my doctors has said to me is the big issue that's happening is that people are coming down with what are being called 21st century illnesses, and they've never been seen on the planet before. So doctors don't know how to give help right now. But what people need is just to take care of themselves. I wrote on a Facebook page that I was feeling better. And after 7 years, and it was amazing the simple things that people put in their comments about they learned how to sing from me, or they learned the simple practice from me, and they came back from a terminal illness. It's all about, we're not looping into other subjects. If you go outside because you're ill and you sing and you dance, that was kindness to yourself, and you healed yourself by doing that. We're looking in the wrong places right now. We're looking for how complex can we get. But the people who are actually healing themselves right now are doing what so many sensitive people have done, is not only have they turned off the news, they've stopped reading all these health sites and doing their spiritual work.
Yes. The kindest thing I can do for myself is at the end of the day to turn off the computer and to take a wind walk. And I mean, it's like a kite string. It's a little thing, but those are the things that we can hold on to right now. To go watch the sunset at the beach is a very kind act. And then I like to share the picture because it gives other people hope in the sunset. And so I think that it's really a matter of really simple, taking care of yourself, keeping really, really close to the basics. And I know for me, the next kind thing that I can do is give myself some time off, which I'm looking forward to doing in May. And, taking a vacation.
Yeah.
Vacation.
I know. Even if you do a stay vacation at home, what's something simple that you can do that would be kind to yourself? Because what I've learned through my illness, I'm just going to be very honest with all of you, is the gigantic steps I tried to make made me fail and threw me back years of progress. It was when I started to realize that I have to take the smallest baby steps, smaller than any single baby would ever take on this planet, every day, and just keep taking another step every day. That was how I got, that's been how I've been getting my health back. We're looking too far. We're trying to jump. We're trying to do things too quickly, immediately. And we don't realize that the time that we're in right now, Renee and I have talked about this endlessly, about needing to take baby steps in moving forward right now. And that has to do with being kind to yourself and being kind to others. Don't come up with the biggest project that you can do to be kind to your community. Just say hello to somebody in your community who you would never say hello to. And watch the smile on their face and watch that little alpha wave go off in your head, bringing you health. The 21st century illnesses that people are dealing with right now, including myself, I feel are easier to cure than all the money that we're putting into the drug industry, the pharmaceutical industry, into doctors right now. It's the simple things that we do that's going to bring back your health, not the giant steps, not the huge projects. So think of one simple thing that you can do that will make yourself feel good and will make somebody else feel good, and just start with that.
I love that. Well, and one simple kind thing you can do is list something kind that you do for yourself that might be valuable for somebody else in the comments. That we love to see the support that makes us smile and know that we're not just having a conversation with ourselves. And you guys are awesome about this. YouTube, there's always 40 or 50 comments, and then, Facebook as well. And follow us on YouTube and go over to shamanstv.com and sign up to be on our mailing list, because we're with you. We're not above you. We might have a couple of extra experiences, but we are here walking through this storm together. We're two hands in this circle with you, and we plan on staying here and for the long haul.
Yeah, I will not let people sit down in the darkness. You have to walk with us. We're walking. And even if we're taking baby steps, we are walking forward. And so thank you for walking with us. We're walking together, and share with another person that there's this unusual show, The Shamans Cave, with these two unusual ladies. I have friends who are doing that right now, and share with another person there's this unusual show, and you might think these two women are a little off, but they actually have some good things to share. So help us bring the Shaman's Cave out into the world. We love working together. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.